So here we are on ground strike Berlin suburbs, as usual, climbing up to bomber altitude right at the start. Level out. Let's take a look at the player roster. 3-man squad. Fail squad. Good mix of bombers and fighters, but this is a severe down tier for me. So I'll be walking all over these guys. Continue the climb. Keep an eye on things as they unfold. Most of their bombers have stayed high. Counted at least 4 up here, which would be all of them. And the question is who to start with. Take the right flank first, I think. S-81, it's a flying RP Pinata. And the Condor is no better. If you don't have fighter cover in any of these bombers, you might as well have just dived. There's no point. You're never going to reach the target. There's a rotter here trying to kill steal. Get out of here. Go on your own targets. Hate people that do that. Up to the other bombers if we can. Bullfighter got a nice shot at that HE-111. Hopefully he'll get the B-25 as well. Just make sure. Although he is sitting on his tail. Oh, he got him. Good stuff. And now we have free reign over the enemy spawn because not a single one of their fighters decided to climb. This is just the best that it could have been for my team. Definitely the worst thing that could have happened for the enemy team. So now they're going to suffer quite a lot. So this 110's trying to helicopter up to me. It's never going to happen. He's pretty much stalled at this point. So we'll drop down on him and finish him off. Switch to these bombers. SB-2C might be a problem. We'll take a run at the HE-111 and go high and then loop down. Up we go. Stuka's trying to follow me. Don't think so. Might as well just J out at this point. Bye-bye. We might be able to catch the SB-2C, but then we'll have to extend to the 109 because I don't want him up here. But watch these guys below me actually, so I'll pull up and continue to extend. Hurricane I can deal with at any point. 109, definitely want to get rid of him. It's only an E1, very maneuverable. And he's completely target fixated on the bomber. Oblivious to this nasty P-47 sneaking up behind him. Bye-bye. Up into a loop. Hurricane has gotten bored and he dived away. So probably best thing that could have happened to him. TBF is foolishly flying pretty close to me though. He's about to pay the price unless he makes a decision right now that he wants to dive. Or continue to fly in a straight line. More RP and credits for me. F3F looks like he wants a piece of me, which is laughable. He's gonna tucker himself out. which he already has, and down we come. Can't get his nose up. Switch to the bombers, starting with the Stuka. Tries to head on, which is fine. Switch to the Ju-88. He's burning. With some good crits on him. He's probably done. Yep. Stuka still trying to chase me. Laughable again. It's only an R model, or is that a B model? It's B model. Not even not even worth my time really, but if you're just gonna shoot at me. Finish him off, and we have this P-38 to deal with. I'm gonna watch the B-34 though. He'll go for a head-on, yep. I'm going to another loop. P-38 is trying, but he does not have the energy retention to do these maneuvers. He's hung himself out to dry. B-34 is still insistent on dogfighting. People will eventually learn, but doesn't matter how many guns you have on the nose of your plane, a bomber is not a fighter. I can even outturn you in the P-47. This thing is a brick. .109 is trying to get up to me. It's an F model this time. Probably not an F4. I would guess F1 or F2. He stalled himself out. A-36 is next. He's coming right at me, so I'll dodge that. Don't want anything to do with that. Up and do a high loop. He tries to follow me into a climbing spiral. He'll stall first. And I'll just drop in on him. There he goes. And down I come. Bye-bye. We got a B-25 coming our way, and then same guy in the 109 again, trying his luck. Some people just don't know when to quit, unfortunately. Just so enraged that they just do stupid maneuvers, throw away their planes. F2 is very lucky to have survived that. But that was a pretty last minute snapshot on my part, so watch the shot. Still doesn't have the energy to keep up with me in my zoom climb. He's already stalling, so I can cut it short and hammerhead over. That should be enough. Switch to the P-400. He was obliviously flying right in front of my guns. Switch the F4F. He's barely attempting to get away. He'll pay the price for that. Started evasive maneuvers, but he has no energy, and he's left it far too late. He should have dived a good 15 seconds ago. And here comes an H-8K. If you know fighters are in your air spawn, don't spawn in bombers. People complain all the time about just getting shot down all the time in their bombers. Well, you know we're here. Nobody's managed to kill us yet. You're just flying pinatas here. Followed him a bit too far, so we'll let him go for now. He inflicted some decent damage. 109 on my 6. F2 maybe? Go straight up. He's already lagging behind. So we'll loop over the top. We won't commit to an attack yet because he hasn't fully stalled. He's lifting his nose in a last-ditch attempt. Now he's stalled himself out. That was a waste of a very, very good plane. P-400 though. He's got the best shot at killing me right now. So we're going to a climbing spiral immediately. He doesn't have the energy to follow. He's trying to extend, but he's not diving, so he's basically hung himself out as well. Should never be getting low and slow against any opponent. Ever. It's just keep your speed high at all times. Doesn't matter what you're flying, if it's a Spitfire or a Zero or a 109. Speed is key. Gives you all the advantages. Comes the 109 pilot again. Another head-on. Missed the shot, but I'll drag him up. He's already stalling. And that's the game. See if we can get him. Ah, whatever. Poor guy. Anyway, take a look at the post-game results. Top of the leaderboard by a considerable margin with 21 air kills. That's a pretty good game. Rest of the team did reasonable. 8, 6, 4, 5. Yep, not bad. 1 or 2 deaths between them. It's pretty good for a low-tier random match. Ground kills, and our team didn't really do all that much. We still won at the end of the day, but it's because the enemy team did even less and barely managed just over 10 kills between the entire team. So I outscored the entire enemy team twice over by myself, essentially, and they couldn't effectively do anything to ground targets because half of them were either spawning in bombers and getting shot down immediately, or they were too busy trying to get revenge on me by throwing their fighters away at me in foolish stall climbs. It's just, yeah. Sometimes you spawn camp and you have no real effect on the outcome of the battle because people are just so desperate to get ground targets that they'll dive away. But sometimes you get matches like this where yeah, the enemy team throws logic out the window in a vain attempt to just to kill you dead, essentially. And they just throw the game. So it's nice to see one of these games once in a while.